Welcome back to AWS Cloud Services. So today's session is on Elastic Load Balancer, which is totally based on high availability and scalability concept that we have covered in our previous video. Please check that video first before going for this session. Now let's start with understanding load balancer first. It efficiently helps you to distribute incoming traffic across multiple backend servers, that is instances. Let's understand with the example. Suppose we have 4 EC2 instances are running. On the other hand, we have 4 users. They will be sending requests towards our EC2 instances. Before user talks to EC2 instance directly, the request should go through load balancer first. Basically, load balancer will help you to divert the traffic coming from users to our EC2 instances. And those EC2 instances have our application deployed to respond on the request coming from the user. For example, user 1 will request to a load balancer first. Here, load balancer decides to which EC2 instance the request should go. Now request has been redirected to EC2 instance 1. Here EC2 instance 1 has responded to load balancer and received response from EC2 instance 1 will be received by user 1. Here how it works with rest of the users. Here you can see user 1 is served by EC2 instance 1 indirectly, user 2 served by EC2 instance 2, user 3 by EC2 instance 3 and user 4 by EC2 instance 4. Here you can see the load balancer is a single point of access for users. And in backend, we can scale in and scale out our instances. Scale out means increase the number of instances and scale in means decrease the number of instances. And as you can see, the load is balanced here. Now let's understand why we need a load balancer. In heavy traffic, we can scale out the instances and spread load to them with the help of load balancer. Here, users are not able to contact instances directly. It must has to go through load balancer. So the security and tracking on request can be configured on the load balancer level. It also tracks all the instances by doing health check. So it knows which all instances are healthy, and on those healthy instances our requests are redirected. Load balancer also helps you to configure high availability across all the zones. Now why Elastic Load Balancer? First, it solves our purpose by balancing our load across all the instances. ELB is an AWS service, so AWS takes the responsibility or makes sure everything is working fine. And ELB also manages the system upgrades, maintenance, and high availability across all the zones. We can also set up our own load balancer. There we need to give a lot of efforts. Instead of managing manually on our side, we can configure it with the help of ELB, and cost is also low. AWS also gives you hundreds of other services, and ELB helps you to configure with it. Now let's talk about types of load balancer in AWS. We have classic load balancer, which is old generation, came in 2009 and also supports HTTP, HTTPS and TCP. One more type, it's mostly used, application load balancer. It's new generation, came in 2016, supports HTTP, HTTPS and WebSocket. Also we have one more type, that is network load balancer. It's also new version, came in 2017 and supports TCP, TLS and UDP. AWS recommends you to use newer version of load balancer, that is application load balancer and network load balancer. Now let's understand how we can manage security in load balancer. Here we have user and EC2 instance. Load balancer 1 is configured middle of it. It helps you to route the traffic coming from the user towards our EC2 instances. Now what we can do is, in between users and load balancer 1, we can configure HTTP and HTTPS. That traffic could be from anywhere. And also we can add one more configuration in between load balancer 1 and EC2 instance. Here we can configure HTTP traffic only coming from load balancer 1. So no other users, load balancers or other instances can directly contact to this EC2 instance. It will accept only traffic coming from load balancer 1. That's it for this session. In next session, we will do hands-on on application load balancer. If you understood this video, please subscribe my channel. And if you like this video, hit the like button and share it with your friends.